today. How are you doing? I'm good. Very good. The weather's been a bit, well, I wouldn't say brighter. It's been alright though, hasn't it? I hope we've had a chance to get outside. I've not been out in a while. I think I'll have to go for a walk today. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Okay, today we are going to, I'm just going to test the spelling of 4 more of the tricky words. We'll read through them first though, and then we're going to carry on with looking at the present tense of verbs. So that's when something is happening now, okay? And then we'll have a look at those verbs that we were doing yesterday and compare them to how we change them. There's lots of rules for spelling and it's very, very tricky. But don't worry, I'm going to talk through it with you and help you with it. Right, so first let's read our tricky words and then I'm going to give you 4 of them to spell. Have I got them all? Yes. Okay, are we ready? Go. The ball just slid off my board. Last one. Once. Well done. Okay, like we did yesterday, we're just going to do 4. So, with your pen, can you write the number 1, 2, 3, and 4? Still dot after it. Okay? I'll write them down as well. Right, the first word we're going to have a look at is work. How do we spell work? It's that in the middle that's the tricky bit. Work. Okay, the next one is any, and it's that beginning F that's the tricky part of any. So number 2 is any. Number 3, can you spell the word who? Who, it's a question word, isn't it? Who. And the last one, can you spell the word mouse? Mouse, that's the ow, and that's tricky in that. We've only got the sound that actually makes sense in that one. Mouse. Okay? Right, are you ready? So for work, it's that sound in the middle that just, it doesn't say it says or. But this is our work. So give it a tick if you were right, or just change it if it wasn't right. Number 2 was any, and it was this. It's an a at the beginning, isn't it? It's not an air. Any. Well done. Give that a tick if it's right. If it's not, just change it. And number 3 was who. Who. And it starts with the w and the h, like a lot of other question words, doesn't it? Well done if you got that. Tick it if it's right. Change it if it's not. And last one is mouse. We've got all sorts of gobbledygook going on in here. Whoops. Mouse. Well done if you got that one right. Give it a tick if it's give it a tick if it's right, and just change it if it's not. Okay. There we go. Well done. Okay, so yesterday we were looking at the present tense of verbs, and there were 2 present tenses, weren't they? So I'm going to write down present tense. You don't have to write this down. This is just for me to show you. So we've got the present tense. One way that we could say that we were doing something, that we were doing it now, was to put an ing on the end. And then another way where we just are describing something that kind of happens all the time, we use the actual verb. So for example, to run. If I run all the time, like Miss Robinson for example, she's always running, isn't she? She's always going on runs. She could say, I run. I run. However, if it's happening right now, Miss Robinson would say, I am running. So I run, this is when it happens all the time. We take it from the verb, so it's the same word, isn't it? However, if it's happening right now, we do am running. Now am comes from the verb to be, because it's you're actually doing it right now. Okay? So I'm going to show you some of the different ways that verb changes, because it is a rather complicated one. Just wait till we get on to past tense. So, can you write at the top of your board to be? So the verb is to be. And this changes depending on who you're talking about. Okay? So I was pretending I was Miss Robinson, wasn't I? And I was running, so I said, I am running. I am running. I am doing it right now. Okay? However, this changes a little bit depending on who we're talking about. I am running. But I change it if I want to talk about you. I don't say you am running. Do you know what we say? You are running. Don't we? You are running. What if I wanted to say he, she, or it? It being like it could be an animal. So he or she or it. We don't say he am running. We don't say he are running. We say he is running. And that's the same for she and it. She is running and it is running. Now there are 2 more, but luckily these are the same as one of the other ones. So, how about if we're talking about yourself and other people? We say we. Do we say we am running? We is running. It's we are running. So we use are. And then finally, the last one, if we're talking about other people, but not us, not including us, we also say they are. Okay? So can you see? Yeah? Right, I think this would be really handy if you could I don't know, maybe like write it out. Right, I am, you are, he is, she is, it is, we are, and they are. You could write it down something, maybe make a little poster or something, just to help you remember. Because this verb to be is very, very silly. And it changes depending on who it's talking about. Now, we all learnt to speak, didn't we? And we never had to think about this. We just say it, don't we? And we can listen and we can understand when other people say it. So I wouldn't worry too much about it. But we need these when we're talking about our present verb, when we're doing something right now. So, I was using the example of to run, wasn't I? And I said, when I pretended I was Miss Robinson, I said, I am running, didn't I? Oh, so I'll write it down for you. I am running. So this comes from, the running comes from the verb to run. Now, as a rule of thumb, we could just say, you need to add ing. So we need to add ing to the verb, to the end of the verb, so that we're talking about doing something now. But I'm afraid it's not that simple, because we've got lots of different spellings and we've got lots of different verbs, and it depends on the word of how we change it. We can't just add ing. Like, for example, in running, we doubled the consonant. We doubled the n at the end of run. So I'm just going to go through some of the rules. Please don't worry about it, because you just pick them up and we'll go over it lots and lots and lots. So please don't worry if you get a little bit confused, because to be honest, I was getting a little bit confused trying to think of a way to explain it to you. The more you look into it, the more complicated the English language becomes. Right, so we have ing. Ing. So you can write that at the top of your board, because that's very useful. So let's have a look at, we'll look at the word play. The verb, should I say. We can call them verbs now because we know what they mean. So we've got the verb play. Now play ends in this spelling of our spellings of the sound A. So we've got an A, which is a vowel, and a Y. An A and a Y. Now, when we want to turn play into playing, it's actually pretty easy. Do you know what we add on the end? We just add ing. So could you write playing for me? I'm going to do a little arrow. My pen's running out. I'm going to have to get some more pens. Playing. Playing. So we had the word play and we just added ing on the end, didn't we? Well done. Right, now this is where it changes a little bit. How about the word have? Now, when we have a word with an e on the end, we need to get rid of that e. We don't want the e on it. So, have turns into having, but without the e. Could you ever go at writing that? So we write having, but we don't write the e. So you could say, I am having a tea party. Having. Okay, so we get rid of that e. We don't want that e. Okay? Well done. Right. The next one, I'm going to use the word get. Now, get is a little bit different to play. Play ends in a vowel and a Y. Get ends in a vowel and a consonant. So that means, and it's a very short word as well, it's one syllable, get. So what we need to do with this one, a bit like run, we need to double the last letter. So it changes from get to getting. Now we need to double the consonant. Can you write that down? Can you write getting and double the last letter? Like that. And add ing. Well done. Right, shall we have a little practice of those? Okay? Rub your board out. Okay, I'm just going to do some short sentences. Can you write the sentence, I am playing football? Can you remember how we add ing to play? I am playing football. I am playing football. Have you done? What do we do to play? We just add the ing, don't we? Well done. Okay, how about, what do we do to have? I am having a picnic. Can you write that sentence? I am having a picnic. Now remember, have has an e on the end. We don't want that e when we're adding ing. I am having a picnic. I am having a picnic. Okay. Here we go. Did you drop the E? Well done if you did. And then the last one, can you write the sentence, I am getting up out of bed? So getting, that's a short word, isn't it? It's a short word and it ends in a vowel and a consonant. So what do we do to the last letter? I am getting up out. What did I say? I can't remember. I'm getting up out of bed. Is that what I said? I can't remember. Sorry. Write that one. I am getting up out of bed. I couldn't remember if I said in the morning. I am getting up out of bed. I don't listen to myself when I talk. That's my problem. Right, so do you remember to double the consonant? Do you remember to double the t? Yeah? Shall we have a look? There we go. I am getting up out of bed. Well done. Now, these are just 3 of the ways that we can add ing. So we'll have a look at some more tomorrow, okay? But don't worry about it because we have lots and lots of practice time and I'll give you lots of activities to do. Okay? Right, thank you for joining me today. We will have another look at the present tense tomorrow. Hope you've had a nice time with me today and I will see you tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye-bye.